This is Valmiki Ramayan, Season 1, Episode 4, Life in Ayodhya. Previously, Valmiki told us how the grand city of Ayodhya was built. Now let's see what life was like in this city. Dashrath was the just and mighty king of Ayodhya. Popular depiction of Dashrath is as a somewhat weak, emotional person. However, the description given by Valmiki is of one who is Dirghadarshi, Balawan, Nihata Mitra, visionary, powerful, and destroyer of enemies. And while being powerful, Dashrath is also Paurajana Padapriya, loved by his people, and Vedavit, a scholar. Very interesting adjectives. The ideal king was not one who ruled by force and was feared, rather one who drew his strength and position through people's support. And knowledge and scholarship is something we will see mentioned again and again. Knowledge was not restricted to any particular group within society. In fact, Dashrath is also described as Rajarshi, a king who is also a sage. And now the people of Ayodhya. They are described as happy and contented, learned, truthful, righteous in conduct. And this applied to Sarve Narascha Naryascha, all men and women. Women were learned too. They were not locked up inside the houses. There was not a single person who was not washed, did not smell good, and who was not adorned with accessories. There was no one who had accumulated little wealth. In other words, people were very well off. It was not a case of rich king and poor peasants. The citizens lived long lives, were healthy. The city was as full of brave warriors as a mountain cave is full of lions. There were traders from other countries. Like any world city, Ayodhya was an international trade center. The city of Ayodhya also had horses and elephants of the best breeds from distant lands. Horses that were born in the region of Kamboja and Bahalika, and elephants from Himalayas, Vindhyas and Sahyadri, and they were interbred too, Bhadra Mandra Mrugaihi. Dashrath was ably supported by his ministers and councillors. The chief councillors were the great sages Vasishtha and Vamadev. There are some interesting words used to describe the government officials of those times. Well educated in all branches of knowledge. Those who felt ashamed to do unjust acts. Proficient, valorous, and Yatha Vachanakarinah. They did what they said they would do. Smita Purvabhibhashinah. Spoke with a smile. Praptakalam tute dandam dharayeyus suteshwapi. They used to impose appropriate punishment even on their own children. No one was above the law. Interesting that Valmiki thought it worthwhile to report that civil servants were not rude and that the law was equally applied even to children of high officials. Clearly, governance structures were advanced and well developed, not primitive. And as for the citizens, Valmiki repeatedly talks of their prosperity, knowledge, righteousness, and cleanliness, Shuchi. And so, everything was perfect in Dashrath's world, except he had a lurking discontent. We will see what it was in the next episode. Iti her asa. That is how it happened.